It's Monday night at Dale Softball Stadium. The NC State Wolfpack hosts the Elon Phoenix for a one-game midweek tilt that both programs really want in the win column. I'm sitting down with former NC State softball player Miranda Rodriguez. My name is Fisher Plummer.
Battle too often.
That's a three-hopper to Elena Smith, who will make the play over at first base. And since she's replaced Michaela Marbury out there at shortstop, put her out of this AB. One out on the board early for the Wolfpack. This one's going to stay in play. It'll tail towards the left side of the outfield. That's Tori Inslee who makes that play out and left.
Teams are coming in hungry, wanting to get that win.
Big swing and a miss from Murray at the plate. Riley Wyman sits down a third batter. I've earned runs, had a couple strikeouts though to boot. This is Tori Inslee who's leading off. Megan Grant at short makes the play, a quick first out for the Phoenix, and that is exactly the kind of outing that has since picked up for the Wolfpack, slightly scoring early on in this one. It's a one-hopper to Allie Searing, and she pushes over to first base. Good arm there on the hot corner, get infield and communicating with all of your different teammates. She's done such a great job behind the plate, and she's leading by example offensively as well. It's on base there with a walk.
And Hassler's going to be going on this pitch with it being a full count, and so the defense has to stay home to be able to react.
It's a fly ball, right center field. It'll be Mari Murray who's underneath to make the grab. A quick 3 outs there for the Phoenix. It remains 0-0 here in Raleigh. Don't go anywhere. Getting off to a quick start in the CAA. This is a good outcome here for Riley Wyman and the NC State Wolfpack. Elena Smith is underneath it to make the grab and gets a quick.
Got to dial in, and they got to keep runs off the board to give their offense a chance to score. And I think if the Pack can score quickly and more in the game, then I think the pressure comes off the pitching staff and they do better. Okay, and RBIs and hits, and so they put a Pack the majority of their order in the middle instead of the top.
Runner goes towards second base. Hassler got the throw down there. The cover just a hair late there from Kaylee Lambrick, but Searing got on. What is your opinion and thoughts on swinging on 3-0?
If you swing on 3-0, the ball should go over the fence. And you're looking for something in particular, and I think right there she wanted to hit so bad that she wasn't. But
have people that can produce at a good clip. Potential to turn 2 here. Elena Smith has it in her glove. Lambrick will go towards first base. They do get the force at second, so that's 2 outs for NC State. But the runner on first is in time. Drew Menser steps in. She has the most ABs of anybody on this team. Tied with Allie Searing at 100.
She's stolen 10 bases as well. She's from the left side, so it's going to put additional pressure on the defense.
She'll take her base. That'll fill it up. So Drew Menser is going to be on first base of her career. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's bases loaded for Elon. Wyman loads up. It's put in play. Elena Smith's going to be the one to be underneath it, and she does. End up getting over and making the 3rd out. Big time 3 outs there for NC State. It's 0.
About the mentality and being able to go up there with a fresh approach each time. And what's interesting is she may have struggled a little bit, but she started almost every single game. And that tells you the confidence that coach has in her.
Yeah, you can't drop her out of the lineup because she's just taking offensive cracks as well. She's worked a hitter's count here at 3-1. And that forces Wells to drop one into the wheelhouse of going. She made good contact, but backing up on it was Menser out in center, and she makes the play. Sturdy play from your senior.
One who doesn't have very many plate appearances.
Well, that's exactly what happens. Rayleigh Lehman sees 4 pitches by. Fortunately for Lehman there, she gets onto second base, jogging down. And Lambrick's bat will stay alive here as they foul one off.
Anybody else but you personally knowing, Elon, NC State got away with one there because they should have just thrown it straight down no matter what. And 7 feet.
Smith, 3-hopper to the 3rd baseman, steps on it. Well, Allie Searing, that was where the force was. She's someone you want to play for. Big strikeout there for Riley Wyman. Sits down the leadoff batter, Megan Grant. Wyman adds the pitcher in that sense. She's still capable of doing it, obviously. She has good control on her pitches. Ooh, and that is a situation unfortunate there for Reagan Hartley. As she laid down a pretty bunt, that one really died off of her bat, but unfortunately got right into a running stance. And
you never know. It's only the 3rd inning, so we'll see what happens. But one thing I wanted to comment with Murray is when you start to see success, sometimes you start to try too hard because you know how much the team relies on you. And I think it's very because of the pressure that athletes put on themselves. And I think that's all about mental training. and being strong and have strong mental toughness. And I think that's so important out when she wants to. It's no longer directed by the coach.
Ooh, and Murray does a great job of getting out of the way of that ball, and that throw is errant from the center fielder. Ellie Goins wasn't quite able to put that one into the glove of Goodwin at third. Murray's going to come around. Big 2-2 count here, 2 outs. Wyman delivers one hopper to play the freshman, Riley Lehman, who makes the play at first base, but Elon.
Base runners here to put the pressure on Wells.
Inslee will find a gap there. A nice play to get it into her hand there of Megan Grant, but it was in too difficult of a spot to get the speedster.
Concerned about, and then her sister Taylor, who's been consistent all year.
Potential to turn 2 here for the Phoenix. They get the force at second base. That was not the outcome that Taylor Inslee wanted there. She kind of jumped the gun a bit.
Relaxing and just moving the runner 60 feet. I think if they can kind of dial in and focus on that, they're going to be successful.
Hassler will hold and get hit with that one. Nye when to do so. And we'll see if that settles Wells down here. Only one out on the board. It's Hassler on first, Taylor Inslee on second. And that one's hit well, going to get down in the left field. That's going to score Taylor Inslee, and Hassler is still going to come around third base as they can't find it out in left. On second base with a 2 RBI double is Madison Insko.
And what a great hit, and I thought Wells did a great job bringing
things gone through. She plays into the contact. And Hannah Goodwin's going to try and deposit that one into right field. It does stay fair and is right on the white line. They'll hold the throw off. Insko thought about going home there. Hannah Goodwin, that ball was just foul. And that one was lobbed in. It's going to be a tough play for Grant. Man, she handled it well and got it over to third. Got it over to first. They go back to third base to try and get the runner tagging up. We're here at 3-1. Duggins will have to put one into the strike zone here. Is unable to do so. And that will put Goins on first base to make a play on. But everyone that's come her way and to the Phoenix infield, they've been able to make it. This is another one that's going to be a tweener. The center fielder calls her off, and what a senior type play from Drew Mincer. The second baseman, Hessenthaler, wanted it, but the senior called.
point in the season.
This one's hit well out into right field. Taylor Inslee backing up on it. It's over the wall. That ball carried all the way out into right field. Gabby Shaw got a good piece of barrel onto it and ties this one up with a solo shot. 2-2 your score here in the top of the fourth.
And that was a surprise pitch there by Insko, who left it over the plate and pretty high. And I think she's got to do a better job of minimizing those big innings. And for this to be the leadoff batter and you get ahead 0-2, I think she can dial in a little bit there. And I was able to glance at Coach Bowe, and she did a good fist pump. She wants to win this game. You know, she chooses game.
She knows what it takes to compete. The one hopper, Hannah Goodwin will record a quick out for NC State. It's a good outcome for the Wolf. 2-1 pitch here for Insko. Puts it in the zone. This one more altitude than carry. Ellie Goins will call everybody else off and record the second out. And that's,
but they have to actually.
Players got to make shots.
Yeah, they got to make shots. They got to score. But you can produce runs when you're coaching, which is different. I always said I think that makes the game so interesting.
He throws a strike.
I'm waiting until she throws a strike. I need to be on first base to put some pressure on the defense.
And that'll happen for Kaylee Lambrecht. First 4 pitches go by. Marbury brought in to pinch hit, try and make a play. She puts it in play, deep out into center field. Mincer's backing up on it, and Marbury got all of it. That is how you make an impact from the bench. Michaela Marbury sends one right back to dead center, and it's a 2-run shot for NC State.
And you have to pitch to Marbury there because you have Tori and Taylor coming up, but she did not do a very good job of making sure that
Inslee's going to find another soft spot. Grant got this one into her glove, goes over to first base, but can't beat out Tori Inslee. And we're having deja vu here in the broadcast booth as Tori Inslee beats out a throw over to first base. A tough one for Megan Grant. Play for Megan Grant, who has had 3 or 4 just absolutely scream to her at short. Another timely piece of hitting here from Taylor Inslee as she deposits one into right field and never stops going towards second base. That's heads up base.
Telling her, hey, trust me, hit your spot, you can do this.
Big 0-2 pitch to get out Hassler, and that is a massive first out. Marbury's pinch hitting home run. Duggins trying to get a big second out here for the Phoenix. It's hit well deep in the left center field. Insko caught all of it. It's gone. Madison Insko is finding space. Tack a couple more RBIs onto her tally as that one gets over the wall and pushes the lead out for NC State.
And it was only a matter of time. As you saw, she was fouling off a lot of pitches. She was seeing the ball. And so it was only a matter of time before she connected. And she connected well, and that ball did not take long to get over the fence.
She got all of that one over into left center. No chance for the outfielders of the Phoenix to make that play. Insko has really, stepped into this batting order and has...
They've only got 6 hits, but they've got 7 runs, and that's because they're putting too many balls over the plate for them to hit it out of the park. If you make NC State stay in the park,
some momentum her way. In no time like the present, that one's over the head of Mary Moss-Wirt. No real opportunity for her to make a play on it. Slide for style out at second base there for Hannah Goodwin. Were you guys ever
phones were not like they were. I mean, I'm aging myself here, but no, we weren't sliding just because we wanted to. We were definitely staying up as much as we could.
It is. It's just fascinating to learn themselves in that process. Ellie Goins has a 3-0 count, and for Anna Dew, she has just struggled to find the strike zone through these first couple of batters. We've seen ones in the dirt. We've seen one over the heads of Mary Moss-Wirt.
I mean, again, there's still 3 full innings left if it doesn't go into a run rule.
Ellie Goins gets down to second base in time. The throw came down. That'll afford Hannah Goodwin the opportunity to come home in early innings. And the past 2 pitchers that Coach Bo and Coach Davis have put in have struggled to find the strike zone so far. And that's really what you're going to need to have in the approach here to these NC State hits.
And everything goes when pitching goes. If pitching isn't successful, chances are you're not going to be successful.
Throw over to third base, not in time. It got away there from Megan Grant. Wasn't a terrible throw there from Megan Moss-Wirt. Grant wasn't quite able to pick up on it, but I tell you, this second and third for the Wolfpack. Lambrecht puts it right back up the middle. Nice play from Hobson, but she's going to have to make a decision as far as where to go. The runner is safe at second. They'll go home, and the tag was never applied to Ellie Goins. Grant at short wanted to apply that tag. She was more concerned about the runner on third.
and I think you do have to start being concerned about the runners because we're looking at a run rule situation here once the 5th comes. But at the same time, I think that's the biggest difference maker here.
Delivers another one, does Hobson. It's outside, and it's bases loaded here for Tori Inslee. Only 1 out on the board here for the Wolfpack. And Coach Bo is going to make
these other pitchers to really be able to come in at any moment and hit the zone.
Inslee pops this one straight up. Could be ideal for the Phoenix. And a big-time second out as the first baseman, Gabby Shaw, comes over to make a play.
Move, and I think,
Inslee finds the gap. That's going to plate 2 at a minimum. She looks to turn towards second, but Marbury will hold off there, and that brings 2 around, and Riley Lehman and Kaylee Lambrecht. And the hero of this team so far has been Taylor Inslee. She puts some more insurance on the board. It's 11-2.
Great piece of hitting after going down and then evening up the count. She was able to take that pitch that was elevated and outside to the left side of the plate. 2 more across for NC State. It has been a case of timely hit trickled in from there, and it's been a 9-run bottom of the 4th spot for NC State. That ball is under both the third baseman and shortstop's glove of the Phoenix. Marbury is going to come back around. Amanda Hassler tacks on an RBI to her tally. It's 1st and 3rd a little bit more cleaner, knowing that Nadia Sykes is going to go.
Sykes takes off towards second base, but Taylor Inslee gets caught in a hard place, and they do get the out at third. And that was a more high IQ play there from the catcher, Mary Moss-Wirt, to go together, in the same area, same part of the field to make things happen.
And just being able to practice the same position together. You know, my sister was the pitcher, so
Here to be
Right.
talking to you like that instead of, you know, your superior in that sense. Big swing and a miss. Feckel gets one high in the zone and gets a big-time strikeout in the first and to execute, get out of AB's early, but she hasn't been able to do so through these first couple. Got the first out. I was looking to get the second at the plate and does so successfully as Swartz swings through it. A second strikeout. As underclassmen, you're going to assume that they're going to continue to trend upward. Feckel here on 1-2. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Kayla Feckel. And that will wrap it up here in Raleigh as NC State comes into a midweek game against the Phoenix and takes it 12-2. It was a big-time bottom of the 4th spot for the NC State.